Hi, it is the human operating system time. So lately, I have received many private message from our meditations friend, Buddhist friends, who told me they meditate for decades and it's not effective, so that they switch to other like Taoist meditations, Qigong, and different stuff. And also ask me different things like the Samatha, Vipassana, chant, awakened realizations, why Sila is important, the body or physical body transformations, and Qigong relations, all type of stuff. So that make me like to share with you the S model which I have developed when I working on developing the artificial intelligence stuff. So S stand for Silicon Valley. Model is a map or tools to explain where you are in the state of the Buddha Dharma practice. This is what I intend to do when I develop the AI software and so forth. And but after I received so many messages from our friend, I like to share this with you, okay? Because there is an issue today in Buddhist practice, in meditation practice, which is I'm going to going through with you. But today I'm going to start to present you what is the S model, and then we can go to details later on. And also, if you guys have any questions, make sure message me so that I can try to solve this issue. Now, first of all, I'm Hendrik, and I'm just a Silicon Valley chief architect. Okay, I do practice and research into Chinese martial arts, Qigong, meditations for past 40 years. Now I'm 60, so around I'm 17 years old, I have become a Buddhist. Okay, so I have many teachers in Buddhism and martial art and so forth, Qigong and so forth. And so I'm just a Silicon Valley chief architect, but because I read classical Chinese and I speak Chinese and I investigate in this type of stuff, and I read the Buddhist scriptures and all kinds of stuff, and I met different teachers, so I have searched out a common denominator informations on what is going on, because it is really difficult to understand what the ancient is talking about, because there's some assumption that, and today we live in a very different world than before. Okay, so there is no Zen master, grandmaster, monk, and enlightenment guru here. I'm just Hendrik, a Silicon Valley chief architect, and I struggle, I suffer with all this stuff, so that this is only for ordinary people, helping ordinary people with realistic common denominator informations to get result for our investment in our practice. Well, those who know me know that I got diabetic type 1, and so I struggle since young. Okay, my dad passed away when I was 9 years old. I saw all kinds of adult things in the world. Okay, all the ugly faces, all everything like that. And I struggle and I suffer. And then the body is like that. Well, lucky that I have my grandparents and I have all these teachers who's monk and teacher who's nice to me and good to me. And I make it up in Silicon Valley. I was from Indonesia, actually. And now I'm American. So after going through this, let's talk realistic like a engineer, okay? Like in Silicon Valley, if that thing works, it's working. If it's not working, let's say it's not working, because people's life might depend on that. One time, about 20 something year ago, when we designed the chips for airbags, one need to be careful that chips will work to fire the airbags, okay, because there's life and death there. So I take this meditation stuff and Buddhism stuff is, take it as real thing, okay, real life stuff, not something fantasy, because we really can't rely on fantasy, okay. And Buddha is not selling fantasy. So let me explain to you why there is a model, like in Silicon Valley, when I design chips and the systems and so forth, and I architect it, I always have to come up with a model first. It's just from models of the system and so forth, so that from that I can get the chips, okay, and then only I know that chips can perform and so forth, okay, know the directions of design and so forth, so the design engineer who work for me know what direction to go effectively and efficiently, okay. Otherwise you spend millions of dollars for nothing, okay, wasted. So in the ancient, this is mandala. Well, this mandala is a model. If you look at it in today's world, okay, today's language is a model. But today we might not understand properly on everything anymore, because it's too long far away. Now, this is the Zen map for the 10 Zen state. Again, this is a model. But it had been so long, and it's in Chinese language. Chinese have changed the way of language for hundreds of years, and all these evolutions. We really can't say we understand completely all this thing. And here there's a Tibetan models in meditations, like in the Yogacara Bhumi, steps in the Yogacara Bhumi, stage in the Yogacara Bhumis. So in the past, monks do create models to help people to practice, so that they benefit, they can liberate. And due to this, because to tell you the truth is, I suffer, and I at some point I tell the Buddha, enough is enough, okay. I don't mind to pay for others for what I have gone through. So that's why I make this model as model. So this model is going to explain what happened with all the dominant Buddhist practice, from us, the ordinary human beings, to get to the Buddha state, okay, or Bodhisattva state. And so that we know exactly what's happening there, okay. Over here in the model, as you can see, that this is the intelligent world. This is the world where we all live at. And this is the natural world, where we live in it, but more and more we already kind of forgot about it. And then this intelligent world, now the AI, artificial intelligence, come in, and sooner or later, probably by the time of my grandson or grandkids, probably he have to listen to the artificial intelligence to tell him what to do, what to eat. And probably it's very distant already from the natural world. Also, this is the reality. Now, in the Buddhist cultivations, one has to go from this into the natural world and proceed into the natural world. And that cultivation actually is from this intelligent world, get into the natural world. And whoever can get from here into here, as soon as this is follow the Buddha's teaching, it always can come back. Okay? It's not trapping somewhere here. So that's why this model is an aid, tools. However, we all must base things on the Buddha Sutta. As the Buddha said, follow the Dharma, don't follow the people. So don't follow me, Hendrik. This is just a tools. These tools is to help you so that when you read Sutta and when you meditate or you want to cultivate, you know where you are. And if you know where you are and you know what to expect, you'll be able to get result and you'll be able to see the reality and have a realistic and pragmatic expectations. The Buddha never lied. But we don't want to create our own stuff. And so as you read the Buddhist sutra, it said, it always start with thus as I heard. And I like to start this with this as model as thus as I heard, I have heard too. Because this is actually the common denominator which I map out from all this 40 years of struggling into all this Buddhist learning, okay, not scholar, not philosophy, but real life struggling and see how should I do. And so in here you have the intelligent world, the natural world, and how to get in from the intelligence to the natural world. And here the PB is a physical body, mind, breathing, your energy, how you get in there to this beginning state, okay, of the natural world. And then from here, actually you have to involve, here is the energy. This is the energy. See, the energy in this natural world is actually broadened, okay, broadened. And then on top of the energy, there's calmness, which is broadened too, grow. And then there's insight, is also grow, okay? And this over here is what mostly people achieve or attain when they do Qigong or meditation. If the method is proper, they can get here. And this is common with Taoists and other religions in this part. But after this part is a different. Buddhists have a different uniqueness. So the Buddhist is traveling this path in cultivations. And then this is actually the physical body, mind, energy transformations. Because human, when they cultivate Buddha Dharma, the mind body energy will get transformed. If it is properly. For example, anybody who practice anapanasati, if it is a proper practice, the body has to change, and the way how it change is it start with the breathing, because there's anapanasati, the breathing, and then the fluid, body fluid. Like the blood, hormone, and so forth will change, will transform. And then the energy of the body will transform, and then the physical body will transform. So it go through circle like that. Okay? So it go through 1 circle, 2 circle, 3 circle, 4 circle. It's just keeping going and just spiral bigger and bigger. Okay? So the guy who do Qigong, if it's proper, is here, maybe starting these transformations. But let's face it, most of us never get this far. So we come here is for what? Is for resting, deep resting. So it still benefit the body, but it never really transform the body. Okay, and the Buddhist, the Bodhidharma, if one practice it, does transform. Say, for example, people over here probably can sit in meditation for 7-8 days, like venerable patriarch of Zen, Xu Yun. Okay, who can sit in meditation in historic, we can check out it. Okay, so the body is not the same. Their measurement of meditation, one sit is a few days, and for us, maybe 15 minutes. So this is the facts, and then this is the skandhas. Okay, the form or the physical skandha. The second, the sensations or emotions. It has to break through this. Break through meaning not attached to them anymore. Okay, and that actually involve and depend also on this transformations, this body transformations. Okay. Now, one screw up today, mostly, is people is talking philosophy here. They have no idea on what it is, and then everybody start to say, well, I'm enlightenment and this and that, and then, but you know what they do? They only go back to counting their breath. Well, in Anapanasati, the truth of the counting breath is the most is only here. The most in only here, counting breath. Because as if you see, if you have watched my video before, one need to drop the counting breath going in. Okay, the Chinese, the monk 1,500 years ago, Zhi Yi of the Tiandai lineage have actually go through the Anapanasati, attain it, and break it into 6 stages. The first is counting the breath. The second is following the breath. The third is the breathing. Get to the state of it's almost stop breathing. That is get into there already. Because when you go samadhi, the breathing get slower and slower, slower and slower, or longer and longer. In between. Okay. So there are a lot of things here. So one cannot be here talk about all this thing and then so counting breath and then expect that I get enlightenment here, and then realization here or something. You can always hear that people talk about Zen, say, well, I have sudden realization, but they're always here. They have never know about this thing, and their body never transform. But some of them couldn't even get a deep rest. Why? Because you look at them, you check with the sutta of the Buddha, the sutta or sastra of the Bodhidharma, like Srangama Sutta or the Yogacara Bhumi. You know where they are. Okay, and the Chinese, they can find out from this the monk Zhi Yi. How they break the thing into the 6 stage and so forth, and all this step is really clear. However, this part now is a problem. How to get into this this natural world is already a problem today, and people standing here keeping talking about, you have to think, live beyond your thinking. You have to live beyond your body. How the hell are you going to do that? Because, like, I'm a diabetic type 1. Can I live beyond my diabetic type 1? I can. So according to the samadhi, if I can do a few turns in this transformation, get to here, and probably my insulin creation, my body will change, will transform, and at that time I don't need to use insulin anymore. Okay, if I have happened to be that day get here, I'll tell you. Okay, I'm not there yet. However, with this, I know My diabetic type 1 is pretty control, is pretty stable. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so you cannot say about awaken or those kind of stuff. And another thing is about the realization. People say, what about realizations? Well, every step from here to there is a realizations. Every step from here to there. Every step from the intelligence world to the natural world. So what do you realize? Well, it's like anybody who get from the intelligence world, get up from their just everything is their thinking to the natural world over here. Most of the people in working in the office will find out that why the heck is I keeping tense up my shoulder? Okay, well, there's a realization. So once you know that you're tensing up your shoulder, you keeping checking at it, and then you change that habit. Okay, so you no longer do that, or you do it less. There's a realization. And there are many things in our mind, our body, our breathing, and there's some VPs. Okay, upper management tell me, Hendrik, when I was in meeting, I stopped breathing. I found out I stopped breathing. I said, yeah, but because you try to control. Sometimes there are really beaten or political words target towards one, and one just don't know what to do. So one end up with stop the breathing, because one cannot stop what other people say. You cannot blow up that, and what some people might blow up. Okay, so there's all kinds of stuff here. Now we have a lot of burnout and all this crazy stuff in here, because at this level we are really screwing now. Okay, and so the issue is here. It is how to get into this natural world here is important. It disregard of what qigong or whatever, because somebody says standing meditation, zhanzhuang or whatever. That's not important. The important is that can we step by step in sequence get the physical body, mind, breathing, and energy in there? Otherwise, all bet off. Okay. So we're going to talk about this, and also people sometimes talk about sila, precepts. Oh, why do you want to practice precepts? Sila. Is that important? Is that needed? The precepts. Well, sure, it's needed, because the Buddha teach sila get to calmness, get to insight or wisdom. So sila is actually to guard ourselves from all this crazy stuff we are doing unconsciously. So because if we don't do that, then we calm down. And only when calm down, we can get the wisdom or the insight. So sila is very important. Sila is not some kind of dogma of religion. There is no religion here. There is no religion here. Okay. There is no religion here. There is no religion in this S model. This is technology. Can you do it or you cannot do it? If you cannot do it, it's hopeless. Okay? And all this is according to Srangama Sutta, the how to go through to break the 5 skandal. And over here there's 50 demonic states. One need to be careful, otherwise one can be trapped here. Okay? And your anapanasati has to penetrate here, because anapanasati is very strong in develop calmness, and then it is going to develop the insight or the wisdom. So the first part, one need to always develop the samatha. Okay, so one need to develop the samatha, and then the insight will or the vipassana will right on top of the samatha. Okay, it's nonsense to say, well, I want to practice vipassana here. Okay, You have to have your calmness first, and then your Vipassana on top of it. Well, if you reincarnate from a Buddha, that you already have the Samatha, calmness, then there's different story. But for us normal human being, we need to get to this resting state, calm, a basic calm state before we can get in there, and then only here we can practice Vipassana. If we are sitting here, even 5 minutes, our leg is pain like hell. There's no calmness there. They couldn't even get into the natural world. Okay, so this is what the model is about. So there's a lot of things there we can go through, and I'm going to go through with you. And this is today is just a beginning to show you these models. Okay, so we like it or not, there's intellect world and natural world. In the natural world, we born, we age, we sick, and we die. Intellect world is we can think whatever we want. Okay, we can think sci-fi, we can think anything we want, we can think 5G network, but it's not going to change the natural world. And then you always have to depend on the natural world. Why? If I died tonight, whatever intelligence thing on my design, everything gone, wipe out. Tomorrow I don't wake up, everything gone. This world, this intellect world, have you can read my pattern. Well, Hendrik have this pattern, but he died already. Okay. So how to get from intelligent to natural is a big deal now. You see, there are many techniques today which is good. Like people now start to say minimize the digital minimalisms. You want to have a deep work, deep concentration, and so forth. Well, which is a good tools here. But unless one be able to penetrate into the natural world, one do not solve the energy issue, because all of this rely on energy. So the calmness is right on top of the energy, and the insight is right on top of the calmness. Okay, so if we are sick, or we are burnt up, or all kinds of misalign the body, then you need the energy before you can do anything. So it is very different than people say, well, practice mindfulness. Well, how can you mindful if you lack of energy? So if one doesn't sleep, how is one going to practice mindful? You know, mindful for most today is just attention. Everybody have attention, but if you don't have energy, you don't have attention. Say you say, well, I want to pay attention to this subject for 2 hours. Well, if you don't have energy, you do not know how to handle the energy, probably only half an hour, the mind starts scattering around. Okay? So in the ancient, the energy is a big deal. And the first stage of the Anapanasati is actually to build out this energy. Only you have this energy, then you can calm down. And only you have some kind of calm down, you can have the energy. They are supporting each other. And then only that, you settle down, the insight right on top of it coming in. Okay? So it's not like you'll be here, you're watching, you say, well, I want to investigate the impermanence of the world. Well, sorry. You are thinking here philosophy. You don't even know what is happening here. You couldn't even control handling your energy. Okay? So this is what I'd like to share with you as begin today. I know it might shock a lot of people, but this exists, okay? The ancient using mandala and so forth to present it. Okay? Using this to present it, using mandala to present it. So why don't we make something really pragmatic and practical so that everybody know where they are and they can get help. and they can go read sutta to find directions, and then they can get medical help. Because if one is sick, will have trouble to travel this path. Simple. If you got a cold, stuffy nose, can you go counting breath? Okay. But if you take your medicine, you can rest, you can feel better. The next day you probably, because of the stuffing nose, get lesser and lesser, then you can start your cultivations, and the cultivations will make the body, strengthen the body more, and with the medication might need lesser medications, and then so all this is not against medicines. Medicines is a part of all of this. Okay, so this is a beginning, a new beginning. Let me know if you have questions or topic of interest. Subscribe and share this channel to your friend if you find this information is helpful. Join the Human Operating System Development Facebook group for discussions if you like to. And if you like the photo of my S model, get it here at this place. This is my blog there. Okay. So this is for you today, and I know it's gonna shock a lot of people, but let's face reality. Only if we face reality, we can get where we want. Buddha never lied to us. Patriarch never lied to us, but we cannot afford. I think so. I believe so. Those type of stuff, okay? Because we're talking about, like Buddha said, life is in a matter of breathing. If the breathing stop, then it's over. So we all have human body already. Hopefully that we at least we know the proper directions. So next life, if we want to continue on, we have an image of what is going on. Okay, it's fine if I die tonight and only here, but I know this. So next life I say, oh yeah, I remember that I don't know what is it called, S model or whatever heck, but with this I can read the sutta. Oh, this Surangama, this is what it is. This is Yogacara Bhumi. This Anapanasati. I kind of memorize that. I remember that this is something else, so you can check in. So this is the tool is for. Okay, it is for everybody, and so wait until next time.